大家好，我是青青。总有人说呢，侠影阁是武侠版的《火焰纹章之风花雪月》。那我们今天呢，就一起来玩一下《火焰纹章之风花雪月》这款游戏吧。我们直接开始新游戏啊。这里的话是说，你如果继承存档的话，会继承以下的项目啊。那我们这个1周末的话，就暂时不继承存档了。我们就小白板开局，选择轻松模式。帝国历91年，塔尔丁平原。这是片头 CG 啊，介绍一下故事的背景。两方啊，一方是个绿色头发的女人，一方是个老头儿。拼刺刀了，拼刺刀了！不讲武德。
Do you recall the Red Canyon? You'll die! 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 You took everything that I loved!
最后女人赢了，把老头给打死了。
He's gone now, Mother.
他抱着老头的剑叫妈妈。画面一转，又出现了一个绿色的小精灵。你怎么也是绿色头发？
What could have brought you here? I wonder how you got in here. It is most rude to interrupt a moment of repose. Now come to me. I wish to have a look at you.
这时候呢，就可以选择自己的长相了啊，一共就2种，男或者女。我们以女主角开启游戏。
I have not seen the likes of you before. Who are you anyway?
这前2个选项是幽灵是邪神，这2个都是逗逼选项啊，必须选第3个。
I see. Then you must have a name of sorts. Go on.
默认的名字的话是贝雷斯，我们改成青青。
I shall not ever grow accustomed to the sound of human names. You must possess a day of birth as well. Beneath which moon and on what day were you born to this world?
报上姓名之后呢，我们选择一下自己的出生年月。11月24，赤狼节。
Well, wonders never cease. It seems we share our day of birth. How strange. It all feels so familiar. I think it may be time for yet another nap. It is almost time to.
我们自报了一下家门之后呢，这个小精灵又睡着啦。
Hey, time to wake up.
这时候出现了一个新的大树。
Were you having that dream again?
这边随便选吧，是战争的梦还是少女的梦呢？随便选。
You've described her to me before. I don't think I've ever met anyone like that. In any case, just put that out of your mind for now. The battlefield is no place for idle thoughts. Risking your life is part of the job for mercenaries like us. Letting your mind wander is a sure way to get yourself killed.
看来我跟这个大叔的身份啊，都是佣兵。
Okay, time to get moving. Our next job is in the kingdom. I told you before, it's far from here, so we'll need to leave at dawn.
996啦，这么一说。
Oh, good grief. Everyone is already waiting for us outside.
Gerald, sir, sorry to barge in, but your presence is needed.
What's happened?
Please forgive our intrusion. We wouldn't bother you with a situation not dire.
What do a bunch of kids like you want at this hour?
We're being pursued by a group of bandits. I can only hope that you will be so kind as to lend your support.
Bandits? Here?
It's true. They attacked us while we were at rest in our camp.
We've been separated from our companions and we're outnumbered. They're after our lives, not to mention our gold.
I'm impressed you're staying so calm considering the situation. Wait, that uniform.
你们的制服红黄蓝3原色。
Bandits spotted just outside the village. Damn, there are a lot of them.
I guess they followed you all the way here. We can't abandon this village now. Come on, let's move. Hope you're ready.
Ready, go! 存个档啊！那我们本来呢是要出去出任务，结果出现了一个紧急事件啊。那可能3个学生模样的人呢，他们被这个盗贼团追啊，结果把盗贼团呢引到了村庄这里。那我们不出手也不行了。黎明遭遇战序章必然的相遇。
Let's take care of those thieves before they overrun the village. Take down the enemies in front first. That should take the wind out of their sails.
这是一个战斗教学啊！这是青青最喜欢的
Stay focused.
最喜欢的这个战旗啦。
Predictable.
武器的耐久，武器使用之耐久归零变损坏。若用损毁的武器战斗，会降低威力和命中，也会非常容易遭到敌方的追击。因为战斗中无法修理武器，作战时要注意。讲了一下武器的耐久啊。 我们这里的话，把游戏的速度调成快啊，这样我们进度可以快一点。那我们第一回合的话，就暂时先这样吧。你也可以移动你的队友啊，但是呢，我不想让他们跟我分享经验啊，我一个人要把经验全都吃掉。
Well, how was that?
这边呢也是一个战斗教程，我刚才已经用过了啊。怎样调出系统菜单？行动阶段的交换，我军全员行动过后，玩家行动阶段结束，由敌军行动的敌方太简单了，这玩过战棋的应该就不用看了。
We'll advance while protecting ourselves from the enemy. Take up position inside the forest.
这是有地形效果的。那位于森林的单位呢，会提升回避和防守啊，这躲草丛嘛。将单位移动至有利地形。躲草丛是吧？学会了，学会了，学废了，学废了。
Good. If we're in the forest, we can sustain their attacks without losing the advantage.
除了森林之外，还有深邃森林或回复地板等各种不同的地形啊。将光标移至格子，可确认该地形效果和信息。若在没有单位的格子上按下插件，可以设定。 我们已经移动过来了，可以看到我们的这个闪避率啊，加30%，防守的话是加1点。那我们当前的闪避的话，如果不加那个30%啊，就只有15%。现在是45%的闪避了啊！来吧，闪！哎。 说好的45%的闪避呢？我闪，看见了吧？我的攻击还能吸血。
This is a fine opportunity. Use the combat arts I taught you.
刚才呢，我们都是普攻啊，现在它提醒我们可以使用战技。若发动战技，武器的耐久会比平时减少更多。此外，强大威力的代价是无法追击。提升剑术或者枪术或者技能等级，就能学习与该技能对应到新战技。理学和信仰的话，会学到魔法而不是战技。其实打他们两个普攻就行了，但是老爹，就是刚才那个大叔啊，其实他是我们的老爹啊。 在我们用战技的话呢，我们就用吧。
Allow me to demonstrate.
Allow me to demonstrate. Critical.
Back?
我闪，哎，天堂有路你不走。
I'm not setting a very good example.
刚才看到了吧？我的攻击啊，可以吸血的。
Attack when an ally is nearby, and the enemy will be intimidated, making them easier to hit.
如果有队友位于我方攻击范围之内，会变成连线攻击啊。那当然的话，我不想他们来抢我的经验，就把他们3个给晾在那里了。啊哒！死吧！
You fought well.
这是教我们用这个物品啊。
Damn! Why are there mercenaries in the village? Guess we'll have to deal with them too.
这个盗贼团的首领来了。这边提醒，如果 是打倒单位右侧显示道具图示的敌人，就会掉落在详细信息中以绿色显示的道具。那么指的就是这个啦，就盗贼的头头嘛，就宋江啊，宋江来了。他有这个铁斧，如果我们打退他的话，就会得到一把铁斧啊。铁斧的话，应该不是宋江啊，是李逵。刚才让我们使用物品呢，我们现在就吃个药。他自己躲到草丛里面了，好怂啊！2把板斧。
What the? Aren't you Gerald the Blade Breaker? What's a renowned mercenary like you doing here?
I'm the one who should be complaining. I'm caught up in the mess you started.
坏刃杰拉尔特，这名字还挺帅的啊！坏刃。那我们的话继续躲草丛吧，等他过来之后，我们再给他致命一击。No damage。好，剩下1滴血啊，让我来收人头。谢谢老爹，老爹最棒了。他还没动呢，好吧，是他自己把那个人头给收掉了。他居然打出了一击 no damage， 让我来收这个人头。来吧，我的命中的话只有74啊，74也还可以啊。起吧！果然让我收到了这个人头，升到了3级。好像他每次升级啊，这个加点的话都是随机的。好，我们打倒了这个盗贼团首领李逵，获得了铁斧。他冲着小姐姐去了。我居然用自己的后背替小姐姐挡下了一击。这是尼玛何等的卧槽呀
！Honestly, what are you accomplishing with that little stunt? It's like you're trying to get me killed, you fool. Well, it's fine. After all, if you don't know the value of your own life, you're not going to protect it very well, are you? Course not. Well then, I guess it's up to me to guide you from now on, right? You can call me Sothis, but I'm also known as the Beginning.
哇，这个称呼好帅气啊！初始者。难道你就是最初的神奇吗
？Sothis, yes, that is it. My name is Sothis, and I am also called the Beginning. But who once called me that?
你在说什么
I was not able to recall my name until just now. And just like that, it came to me. How odd. That look upon your face. Did you think me a child? A mere child who forgot her own name?
喂，我还一句话都没说，你自己脑补这么多。
Phooey! That child just saved your life. And what does that make you?
啊，那我就是比3岁小孩还不如喽。
Correct. You understand. You threw yourself before an axe to save just one young girl. Yet all is well, as I have stalled the flow of time for now. You would have died had I not intervened.
谢谢。
There now. Is gratitude so much to ask? I did deem you worth saving after all. Though it is only momentary, time has stopped. However did I manage that?
你自己把时间停了，自己不知道为什么会有这种能力的吗？那时间开始运转的话，会发生什么事情呢？接下来该怎么办？
When time begins again, the axe will tear into your flesh, and you will surely meet your end.
然后我们游戏就结束啦。日你妈退钱！
How rude of you to drag me into this. Now what to do?
希望你能把时间倒转啊！这就是 save load 的力量。坐着等死吧。
Of course. I must turn back the hands of time.
读档重来。
Yes, I do believe it can be done. You really are quite troublesome. I cannot wind back time too far, but all is well. You are aware of what's to come, which means you can protect yourself this time.
来吧，春秋蝉。
Now go. Yes, you who bears the flames within. Drift through the flow of time to find the answers that you seek.
啊，我们这个游戏叫火焰纹章啊。他说我们是身怀火焰之人啊，不愧是主角。对嘛，正面阻止他不好吗？啊，非要用菊花对着人家。
Hey, over here.
顺利的救了小姐姐。
Hey, did you just...
The Knights of Seros are here. We'll cut you down for terrorizing our students. Hey, the thieves are running away. Go after them. The students seem to be unharmed. And who's this?
Why him?
哎，这两个人好像是认识的啊。黎明遭遇战 ，MVP 当然是我啦。继续存个档啊。
Captain Gerald? It is you! Goodness, it's been ages!
啊，他说，老爹是这个杰拉尔特团长啊。他刚才说自己是塞罗斯骑士团的。
Don't you recognize me? It's Alois, your old right-hand man. Oh, it must have been 20 years ago that you went missing without a trace. I always knew you were still alive.
哇，老爹20年前就已经是他们骑士团的团长了啊，牛逼牛逼！
You haven't changed a bit, Alois, just as loud as ever. And drop that captain nonsense. I'm not your captain anymore. These days, I'm just a wandering mercenary, one who has work to do. Goodbye, old friend.
Right. Goodbye, Captain. Wait, that isn't how this ends. I insist that you return to the monastery with me.
Garrig Mach Monastery. I suppose this was inevitable.
And how about you, kid? Are you the captain's child?
其实是的啊，没错。我们这里呢，皮一下啊，我们是来不及逃跑的盗贼成员哟。
Oh, great sense of humor, this one. Clearly cut from the same cloth as the captain. I'd love for you to see the monastery too. You will join me, won't you?
老爹不想去，我们却率先答应了。
What's troubling you, Captain? You aren't about to run off again, are you?
坑爹啊！
Even I wouldn't dare run from the Knights of Seros.
The Knights of Seros. They do seem rather skilled. Ah, it seems your presence is required. Get going.
I appreciate your help back there. Your skill is beyond question. You're clearly an experienced mercenary. And your father, That would be Gerald, the Bladebreaker, former captain of the Knights of Seros, oft praised as the strongest knight to ever live. Have I missed anything?
坏人杰拉尔特。选第二个选项可以增加小姐姐的好感度。
How curious. I'd wager the explanation for that is fascinating indeed.
Hey, you are coming with us to the monastery, right? Of course you are. I'd love to bend your ear as we travel. Oh, I should mention that the three of us are students of the Officers' Academy at Garrigmach Monastery. We were doing some training exercises when those bandits attacked. I definitely got the worst of it.
That would be because you ran off.
Too true. I was the first to make a strategic retreat.
战略性撤退。
Everything would have worked out if these two hadn't followed me and ruined everything. Because of them, every single one of those bandits chased after us. Utterly ridiculous.
Ah, so that's what you were thinking, Claude. And here I thought you were acting as a decoy for the sake of us all.
His intentions were as clear as day. You will prove a lacking ruler if you cannot see the truth behind a person's words.
啊，不要光理解表面的意思啊，大家要明白这话语背后的千层套路啊，做一张老千层饼。
You will prove a lacking ruler yourself if you look for deceit behind every word and fail to trust those whom you rely on.
Oh, joy. A royal debate between their highnesses. I wonder how being completely predictable affects one's ability to wield power. Personally, as the embodiment of distrust, I'd say your little exchange smacks of naivete.
啊，他们在这儿互相嘲讽呢。
Me, naive. Tell me, are you actually incapable of keeping quiet, or is your lack of self-awareness a condition of some sort?
哪一步？图样图森破啊！
In any case, forgive our digression. I must speak with you if you can spare a moment. The way you held your ground against the bandits' leader was captivating. You never lost control of the situation. It showed me I still have much to learn.
Your skill is precisely why I must ask you to consider lending your services to the Empire. I might as well tell you now, I am no mere student. I am also the Adrestian Empire's...
Halt, Edelgard. Please allow me to finish my own proposition.
啊，他们好像在抢我，在争夺我。
The Holy Kingdom of Fargus is in dire need of exceptional individuals like yourself. Please, do consider returning to the kingdom with me.
Whoa there, you two sure are hasty. Trying to recruit someone you just met. Tactless, really. I was personally planning to develop a deep and lasting friendship on our journey back to the monastery before begging for favors. But it seems there's no time for niceties in this world. So, capable stranger, let's get right to it. Where does your allegiance lie?
It seems one's place of birth is quite significant to them. Yet they are so impressed by you that you may take your pick. Well?
选哪个呢？3个国家啊，这第一个的话是那个红衣小姐姐，那第二个的话是那个蓝色衣服的小哥哥，那第三个的话是那个黄色衣服的小哥哥，选哪个好呢？啊，我们本周末的话，我想玩这个青狮线啊，所以我们选择法加斯神圣王国。
Understood. Fargus is a noble and distinguished kingdom that has always valued chivalry.
All right, that's enough with the small talk. It's time to head back to the monastery.
Looks like we'll have to pick this up another time.
My, they are in such a hurry. You know, each of the three is most unique.
挨个看一下吧。刚才那个红衣小姐姐，虽然是品行高洁的少女，但感觉总是被她用鉴定价值般的眼神打量啊。Dimitri 虽然给人正直的印象，但能感觉到在他开朗的外表之下，似乎隐藏着黑暗面。库罗德亲切的笑容虽然令人印象深刻，但感觉眼睛没有笑意，或许是不能掉以轻心的对手啊。
Yes, I thought the same.
I am so sleepy once again. 感觉刚才3个人的话都是挺复杂的啊。
I may be sleeping, but
你都睡着了，我当然可以为所欲为啦，苏蒂斯。啊，继续存个档。那我们，本期的话不结束在这里啊，我们再看一看，不然的话就打了一场战斗，感觉好像没有了解到这个游戏究竟是在讲什么。
Part 1. White clouds. Great tree moon. 3 houses.
3个学籍啊，对应的就是刚才那3个人。
The icy winds of the Agma Mountains have begun to scatter, and the verdant fields once again spring to life across Fodlan, heralding the start of a new year. As they celebrate the dawning year, the people pray that they may realize their full potential, just as a tiny sprout hopes to one day grow into a great tree. The continent of Fodlan, said to be protected by a revered goddess, has existed since time immemorial. 3 ruling powers now control the land. In the south lies a region long held by a more than 1,000-year-old dynasty, the Adrestian Empire. Beyond its borders, to the frigid north, is the home of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, ruled by the royal family and its knights. To the east, a league of nobles that heeds no king nor emperor rules what is called the Leicester Alliance. Once consumed by a tempest of war and turmoil, Fodlan and these 3 mighty powers now exist in relative harmony.
3足鼎立啊，就红、黄、蓝3个国家，分别对应着刚才的3位学生啊。
This will be your first time at the monastery. I'd be happy to show you around.
It really is Fodlan in a nutshell. The good and the bad.
Like it or not, we'll be there soon enough.
在山上的学校。
There it is. Garrick Mock Monastery.
建筑风格还是非常漂亮的啊。啊，这女老师的风韵啊，就很像这个岛国片里面的女老师啊。 绿色头发的女人。
Did the flow of time bring you here?
必然的相遇啊！
It's been years since I've last set eyes on this place. To be forced to see her now,
那个人，你曾经来过这里吗？那个人应该就是刚才的那个 Lady Rhea。你曾经来过这里吗？
I've never spoken of this to you before, but many years ago, I was a knight here. I reported to the Archbishop, Lady Rhea.
那刚才那个女人是你的前上司咯？大司教是什么意思？
As you know, the majority of folks in Fodlan are devout followers of the teachings of Seros. The leader of that ridiculously large religious organization is the Archbishop, Lady Rhea.
像国外很多学校都是那种教会学校嘛，对不对？所以他们的那种教皇也就相当于是学校的校长啦。
Thank you for your patience, Gerald. My name is Seteth. I am an advisor to the Archbishop.
Right. Hello.
It has been a long time, Gerald. I wonder, was it the will of the goddess that we have another chance meeting like this?
Forgive my silence all these years. Much has happened since we last spoke.
So I see. The miracle of fatherhood has blessed you. That is your child, is it not?
Miracle baby.
Yes. Born many years after I left this place. I wish I could introduce you to the mother of my child, but I'm afraid we lost her to illness.
啊，我们主角没妈了。
I see. My condolences. As for you, I heard of your valiant efforts from Alois. What is your name?
啊，报上姓名。
A fine name indeed. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for saving those students of the Officers' Academy.
小事一桩。
Gerald, you already know what it is I wish to say, do you not?
You want me to rejoin the Knights of Seros, don't you? I won't say no, but...
Your apprehension stings. I had expected that Alois would have already asked this of you. I must step away for now, but I expect they will desire a word with you soon. Please listen carefully to what they have to say. Until tomorrow, farewell.
这个校长跟教导主任走了啊。
I can't believe it. Forced back into the Knights of Seros. I'm sorry I dragged you into this. Looks like I'll be stuck here for a while.
在这儿工作吗？打杂吗？佣兵吗？不会真让我打杂吧？
Nothing like that. They want you to teach, by the sound of it. You heard those brats earlier talking about the Officers' Academy, right? Well, the Academy just happens to be short a professor. And apparently that damned Alois went and recommended you to Lady Rhea.
So, you must be the new professor. My, how stern and handsome you are.
No. I'm not the one you're looking for. You can handle things from here. Good luck. And watch out for Lady Rhea.
我要在这儿当教师，你让我小心这个校长。 这怎么能避免得了呢
I don't know what she's thinking, making you a professor like this. She may be up to something. Stay on.
Oh, it's you then? So young.
Competence and age are not necessarily correlated. I am Hanneman, a Crest Scholar and Professor at the Officers' Academy. I wonder if you bear a crest of your own. When next you have a moment to spare, I insist that you pay me a visit so we can delve into the subject further.
到我的房间来，我房间还蛮大的，让我用我的大宝贝给你做一次深刻的检查。
I'm a professor, a physician, a songstress, and available. It's nice to meet you.
多重身份啊，教师、医师以及歌姬啊。那我们说他是歌姬的话，会加他的好感吗？
Of course. Before I came here, I belonged to a renowned opera company. Perhaps you've heard of me? The Middle Franc Opera Company's beautiful, peerless.
Spare our colleague the needless chatter, Manuela. Now then, it seems you'll be taking charge of one of the Academy's 3 houses.
就刚才不是介绍过有3个国家吗？也就是相对应的3个学籍啊。我们现在有3位老师会分别负责一个学籍。
I expect you haven't yet been briefed on the nature of each.
Do you really not know? Fine. I'll do you a favor and explain. The Officers' Academy is comprised of 3 houses of students, each of which is closely affiliated with its region of origin. The Black Eagle House is for students from the Adrestian Empire. Their house leader this year is Edelgard, the Imperial Princess, who is in line to be the next Emperor.
刚才那个红衣小姐姐啊，她居然是下一任的女皇，现在是皇女，下任皇帝。这个国家的话叫什么什么什么帝国啊？
The Blue Lion House is for students from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus.
这个蓝衣服的这个小哥哥啊，他的就不叫帝国，他的这个叫王国啊，所以呢，他就不能叫皇帝，他就是下任的国王。
Their house leader this year is Prince Dimitri. He is to be the next king of Fargus.
这个帝国跟王国有什么区别呢？我之前好像看过一篇文章啊，说这个英国控制，如果他还是控制印度的时候啊，那英国女王的话就可以被称为这个女皇，但是一旦他不控制印度了，他是什么？他是只有英国的话，他就只能被称为女王。是不是说帝国它的疆域要更大一点，比起王国来说？哦，我不知道，这个不知道有没有知道的小伙伴。
Lastly, there is the Golden Deer House, which is for students of the Leicester Alliance.
这是一个同盟，前面一个是帝国，一个是王国，现在这个是同盟。
Their house leader is Claude, grandson to Duke Regan, the leader of the Alliance.
To think that the next emperor, king, and sovereign duke are all here. It certainly is a promising year for the Academy.
下任皇帝、国王和盟主啊，齐聚一堂。我们是不是要赶紧冲上去抱住他们的大腿呢？错，大错特错，应该是他们三个冲上来抱我的大腿啊！我才是主角，我的真实身份的话，比他们三个牛逼多了。
I'll say, I just hope none of those little treasures cause any trouble.
Quite. For now, I suggest taking a stroll around the Academy to get your bearings. And when you've a moment, please stop by my research laboratory.
The old man has a point. Oh, and keep in mind that I've only notified the house leaders that you're our new professor. It's more fun that way. I suggest you try spending time with the students. Some odd ducks in that bunch, but they're good kids. I'm sure Lady Rhea will have more information for you tomorrow, but that should get you going. Good luck.
Have you no intention of changing your mind, Rhea? Appointing a stranger, a child no less, as a professor at our esteemed academy is...
I have made my decision, Sedith. I know
你在
worrying
教我
comes
做事啊，
naturally
西
to
提
me,
斯。
but there is truly no need. That stranger is Gerald's flesh and blood, after all.
I can't say that's all too comforting. How trustworthy is this Gerald character? Is he not the man who went missing after the Great Fire 21 years ago?
老爹在21年前的大火中失踪。话说到现在，我们也不知道当年老爹为什么要离开这个赛罗斯骑士团啊。
I would remind you that Flame is now here with us as well. I beg of you, please consider whether this is an unnecessary risk.
Sedith, they have my trust. Let that be enough for you as well. More importantly, I have received a report from Shamir. I am increasingly concerned about a matter regarding our suspicious individual. We cannot ignore those who harbor ill will toward the church, especially if they are frequenting Garrick Mach.
Yes, that matter is of great importance as well. I shall continue my investigation. Rhea, for now I will have faith that you are placing your trust with the utmost care.
刚才那个教导主任好像对我们很不满意啊，但是 Lady Rhea 的话非常的喜欢我们啊，他认为我们是这个老爹的孩子啊，所以是完全值得信任的。就刚才那个校长，他很信任老爹啊，但是老爹的话好像不是很信任这个校长啊，他还让我们要小心一下这个校长啊，他们之间究竟是什么关系呢？我们女主角穿的这个密孔死亡袜真是。这就是介绍一下各个学籍的学生啊，这就是刚才的金鹿学籍。 每个学生呢都给他一个特写。不知道大家觉得刚才那些学生当中啊，有没有自己特别喜欢的一个呢？校长大人你好。
Of course.
现在是一些操作的说明啊。接下 Lady Rhea 委托的任务吧。
I assume you are already aware that you will be teaching here at the Officers' Academy. To start, please speak with the 3 house leaders. You should also take a look around the academy and acquaint yourself with your new home. That is your first task here at the monastery. Once you have finished, come and speak with me. May I ask a favor of you?
任务奖励的话是一把铁剑、1瓶伤药和500的金钱。知道啦，走吧，前往大厅的1楼。这个迷你地图的话是可以切换的啊，可以把它切大切小啊。我最喜欢这个大小的。第一次来到大厅1楼的话呢，会来个全景啊，给介绍一下大厅周围。找到艾黛尔了。
So you've accepted a teaching position here. Pity. I was hoping you would lend your strength to the Empire. I never properly introduced myself, did I? My name is Edelgard Von Hresbach. I am the princess and heir apparent of the Adrestian Empire. I wonder if you'll be tasked with leading the Black Eagles. I hope you've had a chance to meet everyone. Would you like to know more about any of the Black Eagles?
暂时呢还没有。那我们要在这3个学籍中挑一个啊。
Yes.
刚才就是黑鹫学籍。艾黛尔啊，那现在是库罗德。这里是士官学校的周围，给大家看一下全景。这个教室做的还是很有那种感觉的。库罗德的话，他是金鹿学籍的级长。
Well, well, scored a teaching gig here, did you? Talk about a great first impression. I guess that means I'd better introduce myself properly. I'm Claude Von Regan. I'm from the ruling house of the Leicester Alliance, but don't worry too much about all that madness. I'm guessing you don't know which class you'll be teaching yet, do you? I bet you'd like ours. We're not as difficult as the other 2. Have you met the folks from the Golden Deer House yet? Care to know more about anyone?
暂时还没有啊。那我们本周末的话呢，我们先玩一个青狮学籍的啊。如果大家是第一次玩这个游戏的话，强烈建议啊，你1周末玩这个青狮，2周末呢去找那个小姐姐玩这个黑鹫啊，最后一个呢再找刚才那个黄色的小哥哥玩金鹿。这样的话，你对这个世界会有一种循序渐进啊，逐渐就发现这个世界最深层的秘密的那种感觉，就有那种拨云见日的感觉啊。如果你倒过来玩的话呢，你就会有一种啊，我什么都知道啦，你们这群人还在这里啊，不知道玩什么的那种感觉啊，就开上帝视角就不太爽啊。 第一次的话还是玩青狮比较好。
You came to our aid, yet I hadn't even the courtesy to properly introduce myself. I am Dimitri Alexandra Blaithid, Crown Prince of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Of course, at the Academy, I am simply a student. And I've heard word that you are to become a professor here. Delightful news. I still have much to learn, but in any case, welcome to the monastery. I hear you're investigating the different houses here. Did any of the blue lions catch your attention?
既然我们要选择青狮学籍的话，我们就来了解一下青狮学籍的这些学生吧。首先，你自己。
Me? Oh, please forgive me. It's difficult to open up on the spot, don't you think? I'm afraid my story has not been a pleasant one. I do hope that doesn't color your view of me, but I understand if that can't be helped.
他什么都没说啊，就听君一席话，如听一席话。
Dudu was born in Dusker, and has been loyally working in my service for the past 4 years. He's rather taciturn, but once you get to know him, you'll see he's a kind and good-natured young man.
你确定他是 young man 吗？他看上去都有头发都白了呀。
Felix is the heir to House Fraldarius. He has a bit of a sharp tongue, but don't let that fool you. Deep down, he's a good guy. He gravitates toward people who are skilled. Perhaps you would enjoy a friendly competition with him sometime. He's the adoptive son of Lord Lenato of Castle Gaspar, but I hear he was born a commoner. He has an extremely earnest personality, so I'm certain he will approach your lectures with great enthusiasm.
好学生。
Sylvain is the heir to House Gautier. He is a capable person who highly values his friends. That said, well, he's always been a bit of a skirt chaser, so to speak. Pardon my bluntness. I speak with him about it often, but it doesn't seem to help.
那看来他就是个海王了。
I hear she was born to imperial nobility, but a twist of fate brought her to the kingdom.
这个小姐姐叫梅赛德斯啊？难道你就是传说中的梅赛德斯奔驰吗？
She may seem carefree on the surface, but she's actually a kind soul who pays careful attention to everyone around her.
哎，正好我是一个老司机，我们真是天生一对啊，小姐姐。
Annette is Baron Dominic's niece. She is a talented student who scored extremely high marks at the Royal School of Sorcery. She's cheerful and hardworking. Brilliant, really. Though she can be a bit oblivious at times. I hear she caused an explosion in the kitchen last night.
厨房杀手。
Ingrid is Count Galatia's daughter. She is also a childhood friend of Felix, Sylvain, and myself. She is diligent, industrious, and principled. In truth, she is more knightly than most knights you will ever meet.
骑士小姐姐，那现在我们已经了解到了，我们学籍的话呢，有8位同学，包括小王子在内呢，是有8位同学，5男3女。
I appreciate your effort.
任务完成了。要回到雷亚那里吗？回去吧。
How are you enjoying your time at the Academy thus far? I hope you have found our halls brimming with the vitality of well-intentioned souls.
正直无欲的灵魂气息，你他妈在逗我呢你
I suppose it is time for you to take charge of one of our 3 houses of students. I must note that I am personally against entrusting someone as lacking in trackable history as yourself with such a task. But it is as the Archbishop desires.
The Black Eagles, the Blue Lions, and the Golden Deer. All so different. I hope you've made it a point to get to know each of them.
Since you are new here, we have decided to allow you first pick. Manuela and I will take charge of the remaining 2 houses.
我先选，好。自己呢要负责的是我们这个1周目的话选青狮啊，2周目的话再选黑鹫，3周目选金鹿。就冲这个青狮学籍里面的青字，我也要选这个呀。
So you have chosen the Blue Lions led by Dimitri, correct? Your heart has made its choice then. All I ask is that you guide these open minds with virtue, care, and sincerity.
They are all promising youths who bear the weight of Fodlan's future upon their shoulders. I hope you appreciate what an honor it is to lead them.
Brother? Oh, I am so sincerely sorry.
I'm in the middle of something, Flame. Is it urgent?
No, it's nothing. More importantly, who is this?
This is our newest professor at the Academy.
Oh my! A new addition to the Officers' Academy! I am so very pleased to meet you, Professor. I am Sedith's little sister, Flame. I am so happy to make your acquaintance.
Let us focus on the topic at hand. There is something you should be aware of. In a few days' time, there will be a mock battle between the 3 houses, intended to gauge the current progress of the students. We will be using this battle as an opportunity to ascertain your own abilities as well. Please do not disappoint the Archbishop. That is...
这个教导主任好像并不是非常的喜欢我们啊。
Does this mean our new professor is...
来见一下我们的学生们吧。
But I was speaking to you so casually, as though we were companions.
8个学生啊，全齐。
Oh, I am so sorry, Professor. You just look the same age as the rest of us, and... Oh, and I'm sorry I just said that too. I really must watch my tongue. You say that, but... I just don't know about all of this.
I'll admit, it doesn't sit well with me either.
Sure, but if the professor says it's okay, shouldn't that be enough? That is, if your highness can consent to such a thing. After all, we're already speaking this way to our future king, so we may as well relax our speech with our professor too, right?
Well, we're not in the kingdom, so it only goes to follow that we should all speak companionably. I concede. If the professor says it's fine, we ought to accept that kindness gratefully.
As for me, I'm not sure I can manage.
You don't have to force yourself if it's too difficult. You're fine with that too, right, Professor?
Such benevolence is a sight to behold. I don't suppose you would care to join me for tea. We could discuss education and marriage.
果然是海王啊，这老师都撩啊。
Control yourself, Sylvain. I have more important matters to discuss with our new professor. Come to the training ground later. There, you will show me what you're capable of.
啊，这人就是那种喜欢切磋啊。
You aren't wasting any time, are you, Felix? As it were, count me in for any such battle.
小王子也很喜欢战斗切磋那些。
Pardon me, but I would also love to observe you in battle for future reference, if that's okay with you.
Ash, I won't have you speak of merely watching. You should join us as well.
If you get injured, simply say the word and I'll patch you up straight away.
这梅赛德斯奔驰的话呢，它是一个奶妈啊，它在战斗中的定位，它也是个奶妈。
Your Highness, do take care not to go overboard.
You worry too much to do. I'll be fine, I promise.
My companions, is there not something inherently wrong with crossing blades as a way to bond with each other?
Huh, I never thought of it that way. Well, if that's how you feel, I suppose you'll just stay behind while the rest of us are at the training ground?
Ingrid, my dearest friend, you really are too harsh on me.
Well then, Professor, what do you think? As you can see, the Blue Lion House is a lively bunch, but you'll find none who work harder.
青狮学籍的话，应该是3个学籍之中啊，这个氛围最好的一个学籍了。你要是 加入那2个学籍的话，会发现一堆就不知道怎么说的人啊。总之氛围呢是没有侵蚀好。
I'm certain we'll cause our fair share of trouble, but I'm very much looking forward to the year ahead.
修道院内能前往的地方似乎增加了，试着于周末选择散步吧。从塞罗斯教团得到了1000块钱作为本节活动的资金，月薪1000块。
Say, while you're here, I'd like to use this device I designed to determine whether the power of a crest resides within you. You don't know about crests? Well, allow me to tell you everything, absolutely everything about them. Is your calendar clear? This will take a while. Crests are a fascinating topic, but before one can dive deeply into said topic, one must first understand what crests are. They are power incarnate.
介绍一下世界观啊，这游戏毕竟叫火焰文章嘛，那文章一定是非常重要的啦。
They are said to have been bestowed upon humans by the goddess countless ages ago. They exist within the flesh and are passed down through bloodlines. Those who carry crests may excel at magic, display exceptional strength, or any number of boons. Each crest has its own power, the nature of which is beyond mortal understanding. For now.
你说的文章我也有吗？那我必须有啊。
Yes, but we won't know for sure unless I look into the matter. As I said, crests are passed down through the blood. However, just because someone carries a crest does not necessarily mean their descendants will inherit it as well. Only a scarce few descendants of a crest's bloodline end up inheriting that crest's power. Perhaps one of your ancestors bore a crest, and you just happen to inherit it. That is how a crest usually presents itself, after all.
帮我调查吗？
Yes, of course. I'll get to the bottom of it straight away. Now then, please go ahead and hold out your arm over this device here. What is this? A pattern I've never seen before. Is it possible an as yet undiscovered crest has been detected?
我体内居然是有一个未知的文章啊
To think there are still crests out there that even I am unaware of. How thrilling! Pardon my unrestrained jubilation. I have much to consider. You may leave now. I have more research to do in regard to this crest. Yes, so very much more research. But for now, your work here is done. What could this line here be indicating? Perhaps it represents a lack of symmetry. Or perhaps... What in the world? Oh, I see.
好啦，我们不要理它了。哎，我们体内有一个未知的文章啊，那么究竟是什么文章呢？我们这个游戏叫火焰文章啊，那大家猜一下我们体内这个未知的文章是什么？
With each moon, professors of the Officers' Academy receive a schedule for the month ahead. It notes the days on which events and missions will take place that month. Pay careful attention to your schedule, so that you may thoughtfully plan what you intend to do each month and when.
在修道院能做的事情会根据当天是星期几有所不同。假日时能够选择一个行动来执行，第一次只能选择散步。使用方向键在日历上选择，可以确认所选的巴拉巴拉啊。就我们可以在日历上移动啊，然后就可以知道我们当天要做什么了。那第一个假日的话呢，我们就只能选择散步。行，那我们本期呢，时间差不多了，就先结束在这里吧。下一期我们再试着在学校之中进行散步啊。 好的，我们下期再见。